We got a lot to talk about, the draft, Chris Paul, but this 5G center, I'm curious. I mean, it's a partnership with Verizon, and it's really one of the first hard examples of practical 5G use, I think, that at least we've talked about on this program. Just describe the technology, what's new, and how you think it's going to change players.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had a long-time relationship with Verizon. It's mostly been focused on fan performance and corporate sponsor activation. And now we're pivoting to players, and we're going to be focused on improving players' biomechanics and their performance. So as I sit in this facility today, you can see behind me, we have over 150 cameras and sensors around the building to monitor every movement of the players and the ball.
When we talk about 5G, one of the big selling points, of course, is a lack of latency. Does that play a role here, or is it something broader than that?
No, it plays a big role because what the 5G does is allows us to put a number of applications together, but do it in real time. So we get instant feedback to our coaches and to our players. Our players like data. It's much better to sit with them with objective data rather than a coach's subjective evaluation. So the more data we have and the more timely it is. For example, lets the coaches know, how 5 players are playing together, how the ball movement is, immediately. And, we're calling it kind of unofficially the lab, the Verizon lab inside, because it's a work in progress, and we're going to continue to try to get better and develop. In addition, Verizon's going to use this facility to work on some other things that they want to try to improve and experiment with, including potentially how some of this technology could be used in gamification.
That's fascinating. We've long said that the NBA innovates best with technology. It happened early with social media. It's happening here with 5G. And now the draft tonight, virtual. I wonder, you think it's going to feel much different, or are there things that we're able to do now with tech that's going to make it feel a little more seamless than if we had to do this 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as you saw with our league in the bubble, we tried to use technology and some changes to our broadcasting to make it more entertainment. The draft, it's an exciting day. I think one of the coolest things for me about the draft is seeing how it changes the lives of 60 young men who have put in their blood, sweat, and tears and work over the last 12 years to get an opportunity to go into the NBA.
Robert, Leslie Picker here. I wanted to get your perspective on kind of a return to normalcy, as we call it, kind of a return to 2019 levels as it pertains to sports and entertainment. And also at Southwest Value Partners, you own real estate properties in California, Arizona, Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida, just to name a few, largely hotel properties there. How are you forecasting things at the moment, especially as we kind of weigh news on the vaccine front, people's yearning to get back into these sports stadiums as well? What does the outlook look like from where you sit?
Yeah, great question. I mean, we were just talking about that in an NBA Board of Governors call yesterday. Obviously, very encouraging news with the efficacy of the vaccine with 2 of the pharmaceutical companies, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So, this year is definitely going to be challenging for our sport. We rely on fans in the building for concerts and for basketball. So we'll have to work around kind of where our medical experts say in terms of how many fans we can get in the building. But I think the league will pivot and be more creative on how we deal with our broadcast and our digital and our social media. As you know, our game is shown in 215 countries and 46 different languages. Last year, between all mediums of being able to convey video of our games, we had 1 billion unique users around the world. And so the league's getting creative this year on how to use those digital and media assets.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.